that's going to make it possible for you to get up, and then you can just jump up like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no issue at all. And now we're in the prison without using a single key card. Hey, what's going on, guys and girls? Phoenix here, and welcome to episode number 8 of my Surrounded Season 5 Permadeath Let's Play series. So today, I'm going to show you guys and girls how to loot Screek Prison without using any key cards. Now, this isn't exactly a new trick. It's a trick people have known about for a long time. There's two ways that you can do it. I believe you need the parkour skill if you just want to do it by foot. But if you want to use a vehicle, you can do it at any point. But thank you guys and girls for joining me for another episode of Surrounded. If you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It truly helps me out, and I appreciate every new sub and like and all that stuff. Anything that helps out the channel, I appreciate, and I love all the support, and thank you all for joining me. So, we're going to head to Screek Prison. It's not too far from base. It's just up over the crest of this hill, up behind this police station. But it should be pretty easy for us. So this is a way we can get some early game-ish kind of high-tier loot without us having to use our key cards that we have a limited-ish amount of anyway. So, we're going to do this. Now, I'm still going to do the noisemaker method, just because it's an easy way to clear the zombies anyway. There's no real reason to not use it. So throw a noisemaker down, and that's going to attract... Oh god, that's going to attract zombies from over there too, crap. He might have seen me already. He did, but then he lost sight of me once I got behind the truck. He's confused where I went. Now are those guys going to come... Alright, we're just going to take him out. We're not going to mess around. We'll just get rid of them. Ow. Gotta time out my swings a little bit better there. Don't need to spam it so much. Probably wouldn't have gotten hit. Okay, so they're all together now, which is brilliant. And now, again, probably want to be careful. Just get even a little bit of height. Make sure you've got a save before you do anything with a grenade launcher. Now, next update, this will be hopefully fixed, the chances of you getting killed by these things. But for now, also want to mention, I actually was looking at the Trello earlier, and last episode we went to the hotel and all the zombies were bugged. Well, that actually is already in the Trello as being fixed. So that should be fixed for the very next update, which is awesome. So we'll have to go back there at some point this season, depending on when the update comes out. It probably will be in this season. If I'm gonna take a guess at when the next update for Surrounded is going to come out, it would be by the end of the month, maybe the start of next month. Not really sure, but it's probably not going to be much later than that, I would say. So, how does one get in here? Oh, hang on. Okay, this is risky. The doggos can really mess you up, I'm not going to lie. They can be some of the biggest damage dealers in the whole game, those dogs. Okay, so all you got to do to get in here is jump up this, spam spacebar, and you will be able to get up here. Now obviously, now that you're up here, so are all the zombies going to want to come up to get to you as well. I'm not sure where... I don't believe they can get to you. You end up on a floor that they can't access, which is normally a floor you don't go to yourself. So if you want to make it easy for yourself, you can literally just kind of take out this boss zombie super easily. Oh. As long as you're actually hitting him and not hitting the bars of the jail. There we go. That is the boss taken out, so we don't need to worry about him no more. Alright, now this is the bit where it's going to become finicky, is you got to go out to this section here, and you've got to get in this corner, up onto this ledge. You want to try and get yourself mantled up onto this ledge, but it's really finicky. The camera goes a little bit haywire trying to do it. I found it more consistent in first person, but that's personal preference. If you can try and just get this ledge mounted, you can get up here, as you can see. You can get up to this floor without putting a placeable down. So it is possible if you don't want to place an object down, or if you want to just place an object down if you have POI building on, just make sure it's at a height that's going to make it possible for you to get up, and then you can just jump up like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no issue at all. And now we're in the prison without using a single key card. Now, you probably don't want to come in here without killing the zombies first, because the thing is now that I'm in here, they're just going to come for me up the stairs. So we need to be really careful in how we do this here. Because if we get swarmed, we're going to be in a little trouble. So be careful doing this. So be careful doing this. If you've got an automatic weapon that's got a lot of damage like mine, maybe you can get away with it. But I probably wouldn't recommend it if you don't have that. The best way probably to do it is just to whistle them to the front door and kill them through the door. Which we could do. I could quickly show you guys and girls how we would do that. So we head down to the front door. You can use a molly. A molly will penetrate through the wall and kill them. Or, of course, we could just hit them through the wall. There's all those things. This is only to get rid of them without risking your own life. Of course, if you just open the door, you can put a table in the way. All these things that will help with blocking the door. But without that, if we head in here, I've got some Molotovs. All I need to do is quick swap them out. Left Alt, by the way, is how you do that. Now we hit G at the door, throw the molly at the door. Hopefully, they'll come over near the door. I'm a bit worried they're missing it. No, they are. They're getting it. They're burning. You can hear them burning. So now, with that gone, we could just hit them through the door as well as another alternative. That is always an option to kill them, is hit the door or the wall. Now, how long that will be till Z eventually potentially changes that, I don't know. But for now, you can do it. Again, how long that is, whether he changes it in the next update or in a future update, I can't guarantee by the time you see this video that hasn't been changed. But for now, that is how it is. And by the way, this isn't exactly a new thing. Getting in here, there is another alternative option to get in, and you can just kind of, if you get up in here and you get yourself in the exact right spot and you're able to keep continually mantle up in here, you might be able to glitch through this wall, but honestly it's probably not going to happen. Your best bet is still to come around here and just, if you've got POI building on, is to just have a POI placeable, anything. It really doesn't matter what it is. You can even do this with a lamp if you know what you're doing. And then you'll be able to get up here. So we'll finish off the last of the zombies that are here, so they don't sneak up on us and kill us. There shouldn't be too many left. You're just stuck in the trash. That really stinks, man. Literally and figuratively. Now we are in Screek Prison and free to loot whatever we want. We probably should check the boss before his body potentially despawns. Apart from that, everything else we can wait for. So let's check the prison officer. I mean, to be honest, it's nothing really that crash hot, is it? It's very average loot. But again, this costs no key cards or anything to get into, so you've really got to take that into account, that if you would spend key cards, it's probably a bit more upsetting, but being able to get in here essentially for free means that there's no real reason or no real thing to complain about if the loot's not that great, because you can just do it again and do it again and do it again. Now, of course, if you're a purist, you're not going to want to do this. This is borderline, you know, exploit. What it is an exploit. It's an exploit. In comparison to how the game's intended to be played, this is exploitation. But if you are early game, this is definitely a viable option as long as you have a means to protect yourself from the rads and kill the zombies inside. Wow. That was amazing. That's the best military locker I have ever had. Wow. We are doing fantastic today in Surrounded for loot. Oh boy. Alright. But yeah, very early game. As long as you have a way to kill the zombies and a placeable, or at least you have it set up for a placeable, then you are going to be pretty good to be able to do this very early days. You don't have to wait as long as I did, you could probably do this much earlier on in the game than what I have. But it is interesting that there is a way to get in here without it costing you anything. And you can find some pretty good stuff. Like, if you were to come here within the first day or two and actually able to get in here and loot it, man, you're going to be laughing. You're going to be laughing at all the loot you're going to get. Especially when you don't have to pay for it and you can do this repeatedly over and over again, then you really are going to be finding it, like, hilarious how simple it is to do. That is a really good MP5. So I'll take it. Splint and ammo. Splint and ammo. Let's make sure tracksuit pants, cowboy hat. We already got that. Green fingerless things. Let's make sure we get all the cloth we can from this. Now I'm sure I'll miss. Excuse me. My voice just decided to maybe my balls dropped. Interesting. On Pirate Software, I have like 3 or 4 different puberties that I go through, apparently. My voice just gets deeper every time. I've seen this backpack a fair amount now. It's cool, but it's not what I want. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't need it anymore. It's weird how the little icons don't show through the wall. Sometimes they do, and then sometimes they don't. It's not consistent, so you have to end up checking around the corners. I know there's probably a safe somewhere here that I believe I've gotten yelled at before for missing. Maybe on the next floor, right. Heavy military body armor. This is 29%. So the max armor protection you can get for any armor in the game is this one, and it's 35%, which is a lot. That is a lot of armor protection, to be honest. I will take an extra drum mag. I don't really need that, nor want to carry it, to be honest. It's not necessary at all. Okay, well, I still feel like I missed a safe somewhere. I'm going to double check it on the way back out. Oh, is this a good... Oh, it's a good Benelli. Oh, it's a good Benelli. Been waiting for a decent Benelli. The only one I found had really low damage. Like a really low per pellet shot output. So I'm glad to see something good. Alright, crash military helicopter. What will you provide for me? And nothing that fantabulous, to be honest. Nothing really unique or special. It's really low rad filter usage, but we don't need it. I still prefer the aesthetic as well of the other gas mask. I really hope this season we can find the blacked out version of the legendary respirator. That would be cool. Thought I'd check the armor rating on that. I knew it wasn't going to be higher than what I'm wearing, but I was just curious to see. I think the maximum on those might be 7 or 8%. So it's not going to come close to what I've got comparatively. Ooh, hello. 0.0048. Yeah, alright. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I think the safest option, it already comes with one, is to just go like that then. Just a quick left alt click. Alright, level 2 key card is good. We needed another one of them, so I'm happy about that. Colonel's Revenge, holographic sight. We do already have one of those. That is a ridiculously, like, that's a pretty good AR-45. If the RPM was higher, it'd be a really good AR-45. I don't like the gun, personally. If it's something I found early days, then yeah, it's fine. But it's definitely not a gun I would want to use. I mean, yeah. I don't know whether the Vector Drum mag fits in it or not. I know there's an extended AR-45 mag, but it's only 32 rounds, so we're not talking massive difference or anything like that. We got 99% on both of them, so it doesn't matter. They're both 99% rat protection. Okay. That's still pretty good. I'll take it, especially like I said, we got a level 2 key card and it didn't cost us any key cards, although the first, like the main door of Screek Prison, like the entrance door, is only level 1 card, which to be honest, you're probably going to have quite a few of eventually. It's when you start getting your level 2, your level 3 cards that you start not getting many of them. Maybe it's the floor down from here. No, it can't be, because that's all blocked off and everything, and there's nothing in there loot-wise. I know that for sure. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We didn't pay anything, and that we can skip a safe. We will live. We will survive. So now, of course, it can cost us 1 to leave, or we can just go back out the same way we came in, or really any other open crevice inside a Screek Prison that we want to leave at, we can just leave. So we'll just go back this way and go out here. Now, that buildable, you could just leave there permanently as well. You don't have to move it. So we can just leave that there for us for the future. So now when we go to do it, we can just make it easier on ourselves. And we can just bail out here. And make sure we check the helicopter and stuff, because I knew I hadn't yet. Another GPS, scavenger volume, da-da-da. I'll take it. Okay, beautiful. Now, just watch out, just in case. I can't remember if there's usually any mines outside of Screek Prison, but I would pretty much say, if it seems like it's a radiated area, assume there's going to be mines. That would be the easiest way. Now, normally I would say when you assume you make an ass out of you and me and all that kind of stuff, but on this occasion, this is probably one of those times where assuming is definitely going to be beneficial for you, because you want to just be so alert for those types of things. You don't really want to mess around with that. Now we're going to do that. Alright, now we save. And then we can just reload and do that again and see if we can get anything out of today's episode from Screek Prison. Like, we are doing this for today's episode, even if we do it 3 or 4 times, and see if we can get some really decent stuff out of it or not. And of course, we don't have to spend anything, so it's just better. Alright, we'll load it back in again. We just throw the noisemaker again. This time I move the truck back a little bit, so hopefully I can actually hide behind it and I don't end up bringing the zombies over to me if I don't have to. Now those ones over there, they're going to just slowly make their way towards the noisemaker. They shouldn't come to me, because they shouldn't be able to see me standing behind the truck. Also, I wanted to mention, so I was reading a bit about what Z has said on Reddit about the whole infection system, and I was looking at the Trello. So it seems like zombies are going to be able to bite you and stuff. I assume there's going to be an animation for that causes you to get infected in the first place, which is crazy. Okay, so these pretty much fly flat. You just need to aim pretty much dead flat, and wherever you go is where you need to be. Alright, let's just pick off the last few scragglers that are hanging out there. A couple of the ones that didn't even get hit by it. And then we should be able to make our way into Screek Prison again and do the same thing. Now, before we enter this time, I'm going to kill the zombies, so we don't have to worry about them at all. I will show you that you should be able, I believe, explosives will work through the door. Now, if you're going to shoot that door, you want to be shooting it from back here. Like, make no mistake about it. You want to be hitting down there from back here or from across the yard over to it. You don't want to be standing dead straight in front of it. The explosive radius is pretty damn big in this game. You will get killed. Hence why I said even the molly idea, you could throw a grenade if you want a little bit more safety. Then you don't have to worry about an object potentially hitting something in the way and exploding. So that is another thing you could do. Or you could even get up on this bus. This should probably be far enough, but even with this, I still would be nervous shooting from here. Although this is probably no further than the lab, but I would again recommend if you're going to do this, make sure you've got a save. I've got a save before we did this next bit, so it's fine. But I would advise that as well if you're really worried about it. Although you could say if you blow yourself up because you shot the door from here, that's your own fault. I don't know whether that's something you should really get to save scum. But I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. We'll go back here now. Just, for Christ's sake, if just stand back far enough in case you hit that fence as well. Or the bus even. As you can see, it'll take out the zombies that are on the other side of the door. And you can then just worry about the boss zombie in and of himself. And if you need to kill him, he will pretty much clip his way through the door. Or you can head around to this side and you can shoot him through the bars, wherever you want, even this side on this window as well. You can bring him around to this side and it's probably going to be easier for you to shoot him through the bars of this window. Like, we can pretty much mag dump this guy and he can't touch us, and then we can just work our way in there and loot it. So there's only, how many zombies are left inside? Let's see. There's a couple. Shouldn't be too bad to deal with once we get inside, honestly, anyway. So now we can do the same method. Just jump up, spam spacebar, and you're up and in. And then we can make our way down the long hallway to the right and make our jump off the table and up. Again, you don't need a placeable, but to be honest, it's a headache to do it without one. So if you do have POI building on, just use it. Gun locker, anything tall is good as well. Sounds like we missed quite a few of them. So I'm going to try and pace myself out here that we don't get too many of them up on us at once. Try and get them stuck on the corner of the stairs or something as well. Even maybe. Okay, let's see how many we got left. We got a few little... Where are they? Maybe they're out the backside? Oh no. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so this could be problematic. Yeah. Alright. That wasn't ideal. Now they're stuck on each other. So what I'm best doing is taking out the exploding popping one first. Just in case. And then, if we can, we'll try and take out the ones behind, because whoever's at the front is keeping this line stuck. And you don't want to free the line up without killing a few of them. Because the second we free this line up, which I assume is these two that are getting this line up stuck, then they can all trickle down to us like that. And we could get bum rushed like that. Not that it was too much of a problem. We're able to handle it, but just be careful and cautious, because that could get you killed. Definitely the whistle didn't seem to attract as many as I had hoped, or I didn't run around the building enough to get them all together. This guy I think is outside somewhere maybe. Okay, well we can loot the boss now anyway. Let's head in and do that. Colonel's Revenge Suppressor, which we already have one. Still nice to get, but we do have one already. That's a pretty decent hunting rifle if you're into them. We don't need it now. We're just not going to use it, honestly. That's just the truth. We wouldn't use the hunting rifle if I took it. It's just... I guess we could display it, but still. Okay, let's just get this looted. Now, if anybody comes and is able to get to us, and that is pretty much going to be like... Oh, no durability in those bolt cutters. We do have others, though. We found other bolt cutters, so we don't have to worry about that. The durability running out, and that is fine. Now, there's all these zombies, too, at this front entrance that we can check as well for different things. See if any of them have got some goodies on them that's worth grabbing. The meds are always going to be good early on. Eventually, I end up with that many meds that I just don't know what to do with them anymore. But early days... they are pretty worth it. Now, of course, you can, if you're really, really into metagaming the crap out of this game, you should be probably taking a lot of this stuff I'm finding just to sell. At least if it's small and worth a lot of money and it takes up basically no inventory and that. You probably should be taking it to sell. I'm not going to do that because I'm not that fussed about it, honestly. If I need to make money, I'll make the money. We still have all the fish on me that I haven't even sold yet, nor have I eaten, because I haven't been to the trader to do that. Invalid move. No, it's not. Don't lie to me, game. I think we've already got the police boots. I believe they were some of the first shoes I found this season that I wore, so I'm pretty positive we've got those back at the base. If not, we can always loot a police station or two and get them if we have to. It'll be so much easier that way. Filter. Still hear this guy just... so damn irritating. He must be above me. Something. But oh no, he is outside. I can hear the dirt. Yeah, see, the guns 4 slots for what they are is not too bad because you could do this and then fit 3 guns in that. It really, it's up to you. But that's probably a pretty efficient way of making money. Okay, Mr. Radiated Man, who has some grenades on him. That's very generous of him. Ah, the safe was in here. I just needed to go around the corner. Oh my god. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People have already yelled at me in the comments for missing it. I can't believe he walked in that room and he never actually went into it. What a fucking idiot. This guy's a doofus. Why can't I get it to go where it needs to be? There's no way that we're not in the right spot for it. Like, this is so damn finicky. And it won't allow me, because it keeps skipping out of my screen, to make the really subtle movements I want to make for it. Because then once I get to a certain point, it doesn't allow me to go back. It doesn't allow me to go past here unless I flick the mouse really hard. This is just stupid. I swear, some of these are designed to not be opened. Like, some of them are, I swear to God, impossible to do. Because, like, you can see it. Oh, my God, I got it. That is so finite. And the thing is, the next time there's a master lock, I'll do it in 2 seconds. That's the annoying part. I'll do it like that. No issue. That time, just completely could not get that undone to save my life. Could not get it undone. Alright. Now what I'm going to try and do is, I'm going to try and run through these as quick as I can with everything. That's worse. I mean, yeah, it's worse actually in both ways. Okay. They're, like, you know, only $80 to sell, but $850 to buy. Now, I will say also, some of these items that, like your bullet casings, you can see, what's that? $945 worth in not even 200 rounds. So, if you want to make money, that's definitely going to be probably your easiest route. That will be changed. Next update, there's going to be some price balancing with those, so don't expect that to stay the way it is. Again, you could just stack a bunch of guns in it and then sell that and the guns if you wanted to. But we're going to try and loot this thing a couple more times and see what we get. The main thing is to look at your main military lockers and all that stuff. Even these guys can be worth looting, more so for meds and grenades than anything else. You're not really going to find a weapon on them or anything like that, but you will find other things on them that's probably worthwhile taking. I'm not going to grab more rad filters. I've got plenty of them, to be honest. So we'll hold off on grabbing more rad filters. And then we'll just check these couple more places on the roof. I think that's better than the one we have. I believe that's better than the one we have. That's pretty good foul. I'm just not going to really use it. Okay, let's grab all that. More alcohol. I already grabbed an extra heavy scope earlier, so we won't grab another one of those for now. Gun locker. See, between those guns, that probably would have been $400 or $500. Again, it's still going to be probably more worthwhile for you to just sell bullet casings. It's definitely the cheapest, most efficient way to make money in this. Between the bullet casings and gunpowder and the disassembly table. The disassembly table, when it was introduced, is probably was not very well balanced, which, to be fair, it's a single-player game anyway. You can do somewhat of your own balance. You can even choose to do your own rule sets, right? Like, you can go, I refuse to take this, or I refuse to take that, and then just not take those items to stick to your own rule set and make it more hardcore. But in saying that, most people, if they aren't restricted forcefully, they will tend to go back and do things cheaty wise. Now, I have read about some YouTube, which it interests me. I actually saw a discussion on Reddit where people were talking about how hard the game is and their tips for nightmare mode and stuff, and they were saying how a lot of people, like especially a lot of the YouTubers and that, will do cheaty things and then not explain it or not tell anybody off camera, because obviously for video purposes and that, sometimes shit happens and you don't really want to deal with it and you just want to, you know, continue to make your videos. But in saying that, most of my debug stuff is purely just to change weather or to speed up the game through the night if I'm choosing to not do nighttime gameplay, and that's it. Just want to state that from a personal standpoint, because I don't want to be standing there and be accused of cheating in items or spawning in things and then magically finding them. The reality is sometimes I spent 4 or 5 hours to get an hour video done because I had to look for this particular weapon for 4 or 5 hours. So I don't want any of that bullshit and misinformation being spread about myself personally. I don't know about other YouTubers. I don't watch their videos from Surrounded very often. Occasionally, I'll dip my toes in and try and keep an eye on a couple of people that I like. But for the most part, I do my recordings. I'm very, like, it's my own stuff, right? I don't think about what other people are doing. I try not to directly copy. Sometimes it has happened where it's just a coinky dink and that, and we happen to do the same video within a few days of each other. It was never on purpose, but it was always funny when it does happen. Alright, well, we're going to skip this nighttime anyway. So I wanted to mention something. A lot of the time when I spawn in, when I'm reloading these POIs, people always ask, like, how are you doing that? So I'm literally just saving backing out to the menu, but because of the way the spawning changes, if there's not a bunch of mines in the area, I will try to get close to try and get as many of them to spawn in as possible, because it does spawn based on the range from you to them sometimes. Well, all the time. Pretty much all spawning works based on how far you are away from the enemies, whether they should spawn in or not. So I like to force spawn them by going near their spawn points before doing this, because otherwise you can end up in a situation where half the zombies don't spawn in, and then when you run over to it, they all kind of start to pop in and they're still spawning in. It happens a lot in the subways because it's kind of like a wave thing. As you get further in the subway, each section triggers another spawn area. So it does make it a little strange to navigate, but I like to do that every time. And as you can see, it is also 7:22 AM, very early in the morning in game. All we did was sleep in the bed and skip the night, and then I reloaded the save, and here we are. So these guys are taking their sweet ass time getting over there, my god. So we're just gonna try and speed that process up a little bit. Just want to make sure it's got a little bit of drop to it, just maybe just above their ankles in height probably, so you can try and hit as dead center to the mass as possible. Fucking hell, man! Oh my god! Why? That scared the shit out of me. Can you not do that, please? ever again. He's so loud. And he sounded like he was like right next to my head. And he wasn't. He just, oh shit. Okay. Okay. Watch out for the doggos. Probably should mention that. They could cause some issues for you if you're not concentrating like I just wasn't. I guess I missed that he wasn't dead. Because he... Yep, alright. Well, that was good. I think he came from inside there. There's a chance there might be a dog or two left. I've got to remember that. To be ready. Meleeing them isn't the easiest thing. It's way better to just shoot them if you can. They're a little bit awkward to melee and they'll tend to just bite your ankles. Now... Something else I also read in the Trello is that animals will be able to infect you, so I imagine these dogs being able to bite you is probably going to maybe even cause a higher infection level than some of the zombies. And then I guess ultra radiated, if they bite you, may give a higher infection level. I'm not exactly sure what the breakdown's going to be. I tell you what, I'm excited for it though. Like, the idea of having a real punishment potentially for getting hit over and over and over again and needing to find something to fix that is... I like that stuff. I find that really cool, personally. We're just going to make sure... I want to get all these boys down the stairwell this time. We don't want them going and being all stuck up the top this time, so I'm going to try and just lead them around to me and keep them coming towards the front of the building. That looks like a better amount of zombies than we had the last time. Now we'll just get them all near the doorway again. And we can just do the same method and just get away from the building. We don't want a chance that we get hit by something and get ourselves killed. So I'm just going to make sure we're really far away. And that should be probably most of them with just those 2 shots. And now we can do the same thing we did before, and this poor guy's going to get pegged in the head. You ready for the mag dump? Oh no, he moved. Hey! 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 Hey, I'm still... Hey! I'm still important, damn it. Don't you walk away from me. You jerk. He's going to make this difficult, isn't he? Because he's an asshole. Come here. Where are you? What are you doing? My dude. I can't get you at any angle from here. Where's he gone? He's hiding. He's an ass. Okay, he's wandered back into this room now. I want to try and get his attention. Okay, there we go. Now we should be good if we can just get him to want to get to us. That was a mag dump. Alright. Beautiful, beautiful. Should be mostly taken care of. We'll have to see how many are left in here. I don't really hear any, so I think we might have gotten most of them on this run. Which means looting in here should be very quick, as long as I actually wait till I have stamina to be able to jump around and do things. Let's just eat a little bit. Oh my god. I probably should have set that a bit further back so I wasn't literally on top of it. Because now I've made it so much more difficult for myself. There we go. I did it perfectly the first couple times and then messed it up. When I did actually a perfect run in every other way, I then messed up later on. All the blood. Look at all the blood. Oh my god. Geez, they were pretty far back from the blast, to be honest. They weren't at the door so much, and they still got killed by it. There was only a few of them actually near the door. It was the 4 later. The first 6... Did they get blasted back that far? There's no way, right, that they got blasted back that far. Yeah, we don't really need another suppressor. We've got quite a few for our guns now. No durability bolt cutters. No durability on bolt cutters seems to be working perfectly fine. I've also suddenly got the hiccups, which is really annoying if you can hear me going, like, just randomly stopping talking. It's because I'm hiccuping, and I don't know why. Can we get something really good from here? That is the question. Could we get, like, a legendary drop gun from the Screek Prison? I don't know whether I ever have. If I'm going to be honest with you, most of the time I come here, I don't think it's worth spending the key cards. It's worth coming in here without spending them. I think the loot needs to be better for having to spend key cards to come in here. But then again, at the same time, this is one of the easier POIs to do that can have good loot in it. I just tend to not really find much in here myself. I have read of people finding really good items in Screek Prison. I can't recall a time where I've found something really good in the prison. Before I found it somewhere else, at least anyway. Very rarely. And I try to loot this somewhat early on because it's not super difficult of an area to loot. So it can be worth looting early days. But with that said, it tends to not really work out as well as I would hope, given all of these high tier crates. You tend to still get pretty shafted by loot. At least to me, anyway. This just seems to be my experience with Screek Prison. But your mileage may vary. Your mileage may vary, especially based on settings. Also, I don't know why I sounded drunk when I said that. I caught it. Don't worry. He said the word wrong. I know. I want to unload the ammo. That's what I wanted to do. I think I might just take the ammo tin for now, maybe to put attachments in or something. Let's go get this safe in here again. Master lock this time. Let's hope it's not in a really shit. See, if it's up in this top area and I don't have to go to the right, I can get it pretty much straight away. It's more when it's right on that line where it likes to stuff up about 3/4 of the way across, where you got to flick your mouse really hard, that I tend to fumble them all the time. Okay, last little bit up top. We'll probably loot this guy maybe once more and see if we can get something really worth it. I mean, the Benelli that we found was pretty good. What's this one like? 23. So it's got max amount of pellets per shot. And then 26.5 to 56. 32.5 to 46. Both 24 meters. The crit hit multiplier is a lot higher on this one. Even with the one lower damage, it may be worth taking. I think it's better. In my opinion, I think that's better that way. Having if you've got a way higher crit hit multiplier, especially maybe, than what you do damage, then it's worth it. Like that is such little damage difference. Like the 1 damage per pellet, though, I mean, you are losing about 6 per shot or so, depending on how many pellets come out. I think it's about 6 to 9. I can't remember what the pellet count is. So, but that is an option, I guess. Now, that's kind of in the middle, isn't it? It's got a higher RPM, which I like. But apart from that, meh. Pretty meh. I didn't mean to put that in there. I was trying to put it down there. I guess we'll put the ammo in there for now. And I'll take an ACOG, because I'm not sure how many I've actually got. Although a lot of the guns we're going to end up using at some point are going to be legendary weapons that have their own... What the fuck is this Benelli train? That's like... Alright. So... That's better than that one. Really, it is. But is it better than that one? It's got a much higher RPM. Oh, God. I hate this shit. This is, like... This is my issue with MMOs and all this stuff, is I'm terrible at the metagaming, little finicky side of things sometimes when it comes to stats. It can be personal preference with that. I usually go based off of the damage. Like if I see a very high damage one and I haven't seen a gun of that type that had that much damage for me, then I'll usually take it. But when it starts becoming very high crit hit multiplier but only one less damage, it starts to become a little bit more of a question of preference rather than balance. Okay, we're going to see how quickly we can do this. So we're basically starting from 46 minutes. So I'm going to see how long from this point to clearing the whole prison it takes us. Now, I'm going to try and do it as quick as possible, but still safe as possible. So I might not wait for all these guys to quite get their way over there. If we're trying to be fast, we can mainly just... you know, it's a bit hard because you don't want all these people running at you, all these zombies. So it's probably better to wait, but at the same time... Geez, that looks like a really low count down there. I feel like half these guys aren't spawning in the way they were before. So I might just let them all bundle up and I'll just use another one. Instead of shooting them this time, it'll just be so much faster. I'm worried to have gotten stuck on the fence down there a little bit. Okay, we're just going to pull this out and tap that guy in the head. We need to be careful. There's probably going to be a dog or two that didn't make its way out. Potentially, no. It seems like we're fine. All right. So, because we're doing this for speed and efficiency wise, we're going to try and get as many of these damn zombies to come down the bottom as we can. I want to really get them all down from the top end, if we can. Now, probably if you can get the boss zombie to be attracted to you, it's better to even take him out first, maybe. Our weapon's jamming because we need to repair it. So we just jammed again. Take him out. Alright, it's under 80%, so let's repair that really quickly. Now let's hope that we got most of the zombies near the doorway. We're going to roll our way back out here. Get our distance away, make sure we're in a safe spot. Noob tube that. And probably hit it with another one. Just in case. I should have probably shot it at the door, not at the wall. I'm just trying to breeze through these guys as quick as I possibly can. I can't believe I ended up clicking on that right guy. Alright. Let's keep moving. How many we got left? Alright, maybe one. Now, if there's any left in there, obviously that's going to slow our progress down, but if not, we'll be lucky. Right, you got to make sure you've got enough stamina to do that, otherwise you won't make that second vault. It just won't work. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of them got stuck on the stairs, so I think honestly running or taking your time to run around the backside and whistling them down is definitely a better method, because now we're going to have to deal with them being stuck on the stairwell and causing us issues, and I would also not put this table where I put it either. Okay, let's just make sure we have ammo ready. I would honestly probably put the 80 rounder in. Oh my god, lucky I healed. That would have been so bad. Those exploding boys can really screw you over. You don't want to... Like, I tried to headshot them. It obviously didn't work completely. Sounds like there might be one outside again. He'll probably find his way in here somehow. They seemed to before, or he's upstairs, just in one of the off rooms. Once I make enough noise, he'll probably find his way to me, though. Okay, well, so far it's taken us 4 minutes to kill the boss, pretty much take out all the zombies, and get our way in here and start looting, which I feel like is pretty damn fast. And it probably could have been done faster if I wanted to. Exterminate a site. Yeah, yep. Alright. And the idea is I'm going to try and check everything if I can as well. Like, it's not oh, just loot only the main containers. No, this is how fast I can clear pretty much everything, including all the zombies. Even with checking their bodies as well. Okay, let's rip that. That needs to go somewhere else. That needs to go somewhere else. That needs to go up there. Another level 1 key card. Needs to create a new stack for that, I guess. Okay, check you, check you. Check you, check you. Nothing. Right, pants, military boots, small tack light. Again, nothing all that special. I'm just going to heal just in case. That extra 9 health is, or that 11 health is a big difference when it comes to the grand scheme of things in this game, especially when you're playing on permadeath. I think the lowest we've gotten to death, maybe like around 20 health, is the lowest we've gotten since we've gotten weapons to protect ourselves. That's how close we've come to completely dying. Oh, it's only a little bit worse than that one. It's not much worse. I just wish it wasn't. I wish they were worth money. They're just not worth really anything. They're expensive to buy, not worth much to sell, unfortunately. MREs, I'll take those every time. You'd be insane or not. That's a 48 damage AK. Every other stat's not the greatest, except for its damage fall off range is okay, but overall probably not worth really taking or worrying about too greatly. Honestly. This guy really just doesn't want to shut up, does he? Oh, wow. Holy crap. Why was this one so full? I don't understand. Okay, you know what I should do? I should probably just try and organize this just that little bit. Neaten it up so we can fit things in there. That's a really high AK-15, damage AK-15, but I don't want to take it anyway. I'll unload that. If I've got the room, I'll take that. That hatchet's okay. Nothing special. I probably spent, oh my god, I probably spent more time than I needed to on that, considering we're trying to do this as fast as possible. Oh god, it's going to be finicky here. It's going to be in that really wrong spot. There we go, I got it. Okay. Thief skills now level 3. 66666. Said I'm trying to do this without missing stuff too. But yeah, I did loot that. Like, of course, this isn't like a race or anything, but it's nice to try and figure out roughly how long it takes you. If you... Ooh. We found our first rockets. That's an interesting thing to find. That's pretty cool find. I didn't... Yeah. That's a pretty cool find, the rockets. That was not what I was expecting to find, honestly. Let's see. Is there someone up top? Oh, you're on the roof. And it's raining outside. Yes. And you actually had some grenades. I have a hell of a lot of grenades. We haven't been using any, really. Ooh. Okay. Now we've finally found something interesting. It may have taken us a while, but this isn't bad. What do I want to take and how do I want to do this, though, is the question. That's a little annoying that it keeps doing that when I want it to go in there. Yeah. We could take this one for now. I'll take the box mag for the XM250. They are the Horde Beacon champion guns of the world. Okay. And then lucky last thing pretty much to loot in this whole building is this heli. And it wasn't all that crash hot. So that took about 9 minutes to do. Roughly. 9 minutes is pretty good, and you probably could do it faster than that for sure. And obviously if you were to open the door, you could do it even faster, but to be able to break in here and in 9 minutes with no key card, be able to loot the whole building, I think is pretty efficient and pretty insane, honestly. It's... Oh, crap. Well, that wasn't ideal. We'll just use a large med kit to heal ourselves on that one, because that was a big mistake. I didn't mean to snap my legs. Take the scavenger skill. More leveling up for that. Another set of police pants. The game has a very, very standard set of things that spawn in there for sure. Definitely could be better things that could be found. I think we got a little bit unlucky. The rockets may be the best thing we found in some weird way. All we need to do is now find something to use the rockets with and we'll be golden. But who knows how that's going to go. Overall, what did we end up with? 5 rockets. We ended up with pretty much a full med case of meds. We got ammo out the wazoo. We've got grenades. We've got military crates. Another weapons case. We ended up with the XM250s. The MP5. A pretty good Benelli, to be honest. Maybe even... Yeah, a very good Benelli as well. I think we did pretty well overall. So, with that said, guys and girls, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you liked the video, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see more Surroundead in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media links down in the description below, including my TikTok. Ring the bell, hit the hype button, do all that stuff, and I hope you'll have a lovely day, alright? Peace!